Welcome to Sea Talk. We have question time today with Guy Harvey, Impulse Category Management Director from Walker's Crisps and Snacks. So, your first question, Guy, is how did Crisps and Snacks perform in 2020 and what were the key shopper trends?
Hi, Kate. Firstly, thank you very much for having me on today. I mean, the great news to start off with was that Crisps and Snacks performance in Symbols and Indies was robust last year. So it grew 5.3%. Unfortunately, that wasn't without its own challenges, as there were significant shifts in shopper behaviour affecting Crisps and Snacks performance. And Walkers have really focused on three specific trends to evolve our strategy for this year. The first being on shopper missions, the second being on breadth of range, and the third point being on value. For missions, as many of us experienced last year, take-home missions became far more important as food-to-go missions were suppressed. Within Crisps and Snacks, larger pack formats really benefited, while smaller packs suffered as food-to-go missions were suppressed. Price Mark packs and £1 Price Mark pack was the number one contributor to growth in Crisps and Snacks in Symbols and Independents. So it grew £30.3 million in RSV, or 16.3%. Other of the larger pack formats also grew really well. So bigger sharing packs, typically 150 grams plus, they were the number two contributor to growth, growing 20.8%. And multi-packs became far more relevant with top up and stock up shops, growing 15.6%. Unfortunately, singles really struggled as they lost relevance and they ultimately declined 17.7%. As I move on, breadth of range became much more important to shoppers as they visited Symbols and Independent stores. So product choice was in the top 5 drivers for visiting a convenience store in 2020. And responding to these demands, shop owners increased the range of Crisps and Snacks that they listed. So the number of new lines that store owners stocked increased by 8. That doesn't seem a lot in isolation, but that represented 11% year-on-year increase in range on Crisps and Snacks in Symbols and Independent stores. Unfortunately, as we all know, not always the best-selling lines are listed. Did you know that 50% of Crisps and Snacks sales in Symbols and Independent stores come from just 55 lines? And at the bottom, 10% of sales are from 86% of lines, or 1,990 SKUs.
I didn't, but I do.
That's a lot of lines and a lot of SKUs. So if you think there's hundreds, if not thousands of SKUs in the marketplace, retailers really need to focus on ranging the best-selling lines, but equally be careful of the lines that are poor performers and that don't sell well and can waste. We also know one of the third trend we really focused on through the year was on value. We'll focus more on this year on the right pack formats, but we know value is becoming more important to shoppers as the financial impacts of COVID continue, with 62% of shoppers stating they're being more careful with how they spend their money.
So how are Walkers adapting to these new shopper trends and what is the new range strategy?
I'm glad you asked. Well, we're evolving our range strategy in 2 ways. Firstly, we'll continue to focus on what we call our Walkers Hero 25 range. You may have formerly known it or heard of it as the Hero 20 range. These are simply our 25 best-selling lines and among the best-selling lines in Symbols and Independent stores. Secondly, we'll be offering a flexible range of 25 SKUs called our Drive 25 range that offer the right choice and breadth to shoppers and retailers. We've got a short video today to introduce you to our 2 new ranges.
Great. Let me just cue that up for you.
Thank you very much for playing that, Kate. I mean, putting it very simply, our Walker's Hero 25 range is our best-selling 25 lines in Symbols and Independent stores. It represents 26% of all sales in Symbols and Independents. And to reflect some of the evolving shopper behaviours we've seen and we saw last year, we've optimised the range of these lines. So you'll see as I come on to talk through more of the detail, we've got much greater focus on £1 price mark pack. This is the biggest segment. It was the #1 contributor to growth last year, and it covers many of our best loved brands across Walkers, Doritos, Quavers, Wotsits, and Monster Munch. We've also slightly evolved our thinking, and we've included 2 multi-packs for the very first time, with stock up and top up shopping becoming far more relevant in Symbols and Independent stores. We've included our Walker's variety pack and our Quaver 6-pack to make sure we're catering to the right shopper missions. Our Walker's Drive 25 range is perhaps the newest element to our ranging strategy and really focuses on offering the right choice and breadth to retailers and shoppers. This is predominantly for medium and larger stores, and it's a flexible range that should be tailored to an individual store's needs, either with greater breadth through well-performing pack types across singles, sharing and multi-packs, or by adding new news through some of our exciting innovation. It's important to note we don't expect all stores to list all of the lines across our Hero and Drive 25 range. The Drive 25 range is a prioritised range from lines 26 to 50 and should be customized to an individual store's needs. So if price mark packs sell really well in a particular store, there's a greater range of price mark packs for you to list. Or if you're in a neighborhood store and multi-packs sell some more, there's more multi-packs in that range. So you can really adapt that range to suit the needs and wants of your shoppers and consumers. Overall, by listing a combination of the Hero 25 and Drive 25 ranges, we fundamentally believe we can help retailers improve their crisps and snack sales by up to 46%.
Awesome. So what is the role of innovation in your strategy?
I guess while the focus of our range of strategy will always remain on bestsellers like our Hero 25, channel-led innovation naturally plays an important role in driving new news in crisps and snacks and forms a big part of our Drive 25 range. And to support new news, Walkers have recently released 3 sets of MPD to help drive impulsivity in Symbols and Independent stores. So you may have seen some of our Quavers retro packs that we've recently released. So this is our first set of innovation this year on Quavers, where Walkers have launched 2 limited edition retro flavors on prawn cocktail and salt and vinegar. For a long time, Quavers have only been available in a cheese flavor, and these new lines bring back 2 popular flavors.
Have you stocked these, Paul?
Yeah, so we've managed to now get them in. So we had the KFC ones come in last week, and the retro flavors, they're just flying out. It's created a lot of awareness actually back into that category where generally, you had a certain age group that was buying instant packs, but now you've got the older generation remembering their flavors and they're buying them in, especially the prawn cocktail. It's doing really well.
We've heard anecdotally it's been selling well, so it's great to hear from yourself, Paul. Have you listed the KFC innovation that we've got as well? Dare I ask?
So we got them in last week. Didn't even need to open the box. As soon as they came in, they went. It just shows how popular they are, and you know what? They're a good favourite in our house as well.
Oh, great to hear. I know it's the first time we've really tied up with a business like KFC, and we're hoping it can really drive impulsivity in a younger cohort. So for the first time ever, some of our we've obviously tied up with KFC, and you'll be able to eat 2 iconic KFC flavors, and Mac's Kentucky Fried Chicken and Mac's Double Crunch Chicken. Really rolls off the tongue, some of those lines, but we hope they will offer a genuine point of difference to retailers. And equally, shoppers will also be able to claim 50% off when they buy 2 of KFC's meals for 1. So there's huge value in some of those packs. And I guess the last set of innovation that I can talk you through today is our innovation on Funyuns and Cheetos. So PepsiCo recently added to their £1 price mark pack portfolio on Funyuns and Cheetos. We know 61% of all growth in £1 price mark pack was in snacks last year, so pre-formed snack shapes. And this range adds new excitement within £1 price mark packs for us. I think it should be said, though, when we look at innovation, it's important that retailers list the right innovation that delivers a genuine point of difference. I'm sure lots of innovation typically gets proposed to or can be ranged in January and February. So I'd always recommend that ranging the right products in the right types to maximize sales is important. As we think about the pack types, they're important for symbols and independent stores. £1 price mark packs are the biggest format, and they were the biggest contributor to growth last year. So really focus on the right packs.
Great. So what do you make of all that, Paul?
I think it's great. I think the advice that's come through there and the video, I think there's a lot of insight in there that independent retailers can take away and think about what they're stocking in their stores. Is singles the right choice? Is the pound giving more space to pound bags within your fixture? Is that the right choice? And, you know, like Guy says, you know, replace what's not selling and give what your customers, you know, give the customers the breadth of range that you need in your store to drive the sales. Let's not forget that the added value to that basket spend as well with stocking the right range.
Awesome. Well, that brings us to a close. Thank you so much for your time, Guy, and thank you for supporting the independent trade and Sea Talk. And I hope we can find out how this goes in a couple of months' time for you.
Thank you so much, Kate and Paul, for your time today. It's been brilliant talking to you.
No, thanks for coming on Sea Talk. Really appreciate it.